Center with J. Calderon Boxing Talk. You already know what it is, best heavyweight in the world.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy, J. Calderon, Stand Clear Entertainment, and we're about to get into this week's Boxing Talk. We're going to do a recap over the fight that took place this past weekend when unified heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua fought in front of his hometown fans in London, England, in front of 80,000 fans in attendance. This was a very good matchup against former Olympic gold medalist and world champion Alexander Povetkin from Russia. Now, Povetkin started this fight very fast-paced, landing some crisp, sharp counter punches on AJ. AJ was trying to box, trying to create that distance and landing his shots of his own, but it was Povetkin that was more effective in the first round, and I gave the first round to Povetkin when he closed out the end of the round with a beautiful three-punch combination, landing the uppercut, the right hand, and the left hook that momentarily stunned AJ. Now, in the second round, AJ came out popping that beautiful jab and keeping Alexander Povetkin at distance with that jab and setting up his own counter punches, especially with the right hand. He was landing on target, but Povetkin was a very game fighter in this fight. He came to win this fight. He did not come to lay down for a payday. He went in there, he executed, landing some shots over the jab of Joshua, and he was landing some clean shots on Anthony Joshua. And Joshua made a mistake in this fight. He started to fight down to his opponent. He's the taller man, but he was crouching down to Alexander Povetkin, which allowed Povetkin to come in on the inside with a very nice uppercut, but Joshua showed a good chin. He got caught with those big shots, and Joshua continued to box, continued to move in the round, and continued to show his quick hand speed against Povetkin. Povetkin was a very sneaky fighter. He made some adjustments in this fight, started to get closer and closer as the rounds got into the middle of this fight, and Joshua started to bleed from the nose from some of the hard shots that Povetkin was landing. But then Joshua opened up a cut over Povetkin's eye, and these guys were going back and forth. It was a very close fight, a very good technical fight by both men, and I had it even through 6 rounds, 3 rounds apiece for both guys, but the momentum looked like it was on Povetkin's side. It looked like Povetkin had an early lead in the beginning of this fight, but then Joshua started to get his rhythm, started to land those beautiful counter punches and land some of his uppercuts as well. And then in the 7th round, he landed a perfectly timed right hand shot that hurt Povetkin. Povetkin started to back up, and Joshua went on the attack with his combination punches with the uppercut, straight right hand, and that beautiful left hook that put Povetkin down to the canvas. Povetkin was in bad shape. He got back up on wobbly legs. The referee let the fight continue, but it was just a matter of time before Anthony Joshua put on the finishing touches on Alexander Povetkin, sending him down to the canvas for the 2nd time. Povetkin's corner got on the ring apron to say that enough is enough, but the referee had already waved off the fight, and this fight was over. It was a 7th round stoppage victory, a great finish for the heavyweight champion of the world, Anthony Joshua, who punctuates that he is the best of the best in this heavyweight division. And he is still the unified, undefeated heavyweight champion with 22 victories and 21 knockouts in his professional career. You know, this was a very big win for Anthony Joshua because Povetkin, not only did he show that he was game in this fight and that he showed that he was in this fight throughout, he showed that he beat one of the top heavyweights in the division, perhaps top 5 in my book. And he showed that he is ready for anyone in the heavyweight division, including Deontay Wilder, because Wilder has a date now set for a much bigger fight on paper than in reality, because the fight between him and Tyson Fury is going to take place on December 1st, either in Las Vegas or they're saying perhaps the Staples Center in Los Angeles. And that's a very huge fight on paper. You know, Tyson Fury is still undefeated. He is the lineal heavyweight champion of the world, the man that beat the man. Now he is back after 2 fights, and he's stepping into the ring against the WBC heavyweight champion, the biggest puncher in the heavyweight division, in Deontay Wilder. And this is going to take place here in the United States. There's a done deal. Both men have signed the contract. These guys are ready to kick off their press conference, and it's going to be a very fun promotional tour because both men like to trash talk. They like to get in front of the cameras and talk big. And when it comes down to fight night, you know, you have Tyson Fury, who is 6'9", a very big heavyweight, about 260 pounds. This guy can box. He can move in the ring. He has a very good jab, and he has decent punching power. He's not a big, heavy hitter like Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, but he has been dropped before, and a guy like Deontay Wilder is going to test that chin and hit him with every shot that he possibly can with the right hand, and once he connects on that right hand cleanly, he's going to put Tyson Fury on the canvas. And we're going to see if Tyson Fury can come back from a knockdown against a guy like Deontay Wilder. And if Wilder is able to finish him off, then Wilder is in prime position to get the fight against Anthony Joshua. Joshua has already stated his #1 choice. After the fight, he said he wants to fight Deontay Wilder next. He knows that the public has been demanding this fight. They want this fight to happen. They haven't been able to negotiate properly to make a deal on this fight. It's been back and forth. Everybody's pointing the finger of who did not make this fight. It's both guys' fault. Both of these guys have to come into an agreement, make concessions on both sides, and really make this fight happen for the boxing fans, because right now it's at the height and peak of their careers that these guys have to fight each other. They're two young, undefeated heavyweight champions to become the undisputed king of the heavyweight division. And Anthony Joshua has a date set for April 2019 in Wimbledon Stadium in London, England, his backyard. He is the money man of the division. He is the biggest star in boxing, right next to Canelo Alvarez. And Joshua has proven himself to be a pay-per-view star in the UK. People know him in the United States already, and he pulls out over 80 to 90,000 fans in stadiums. Definitely the A side when it comes to negotiations, and he wants to fight over in the UK. Now, Deontay Wilder says he's willing to go over to the UK, but he wants 50%. I think more like 60-40 is a more realization for this fight to happen. Hopefully Joshua's team will give him at least 40% of the revenue split in this fight, because he definitely deserves that amount of money to get into the ring with Anthony Joshua, and we, the fans, want this fight to happen. Joshua's team already said that they are going to approach Deontay Wilder before he gets into the ring against Tyson Fury. They want this fight signed, seal, and deliver the way Canelo and Triple G made their first fight when Canelo went up against Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. That fight was done, and then they announced the fight between him and Triple G. That's the way this has to go down. They can do it. It's very possible. All they have to do is sit down and negotiate. We already know they got the Tyson Fury. That fight is a done deal. All they have to do is put a stipulation that he has to win his fight against Tyson Fury to be able to face Anthony Joshua in April of 2019. Once he takes care of business with Tyson Fury, they can announce that fight right there and then. And they can have the super fight that we're all been waiting for in the heavyweight division. Now, if Anthony Joshua's team cannot get Deontay Wilder to agree to a deal, then Joshua's going to start to look elsewhere. And the only man in the heavyweight division that deserves a title shot is Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte is with Eddie Hearn, so that's a very easy fight to make. It's a rematch of a fight that a lot of boxing fans here in the United States do not want to see, because he's already beaten and knocked out Dillian Whyte. I think Dillian Whyte has improved since that knockout loss. He's had a very nice streak, and he's had 2 back-to-back big wins against top 10 heavyweights in the division. Lucas Brown was an undefeated fighter. I know everybody, bashes him and criticizes him because of the steroids that he's been caught twice with. But this man was a very solid heavyweight, and Dillian Whyte went in there and took this man apart in spectacular fashion. Then he went against the former heavyweight champion, Joseph Parker, who gave Anthony Joshua a very good fight. And Dillian Whyte took care of business, looked very good, even dropped Joseph Parker with a very beautiful left hook. And we saw that Dillian Whyte definitely deserves a title shot more than anybody in the heavyweight division. Luis King Kong Ortiz is one of my favorite heavyweights, but let's be realistic. After he fought and lost against Deontay Wilder, he fought a guy that was basically sea-level competition. He's not fighting any big heavyweights in the division like the way Dillian Whyte is fighting. Also, you have Jarrell Big Baby Miller, another very good heavyweight in the division that's undefeated and on the rise. This guy is facing B and D level competition. So you look at the landscape of the heavyweight division. Even Brian Jennings, you know, he's not facing top level competition. These guys are very good heavyweights that I would favor to beat a guy like Dillian Whyte, but Dillian Whyte is taking the real fights. He's taking the better fights out of all these guys, and he is winning very impressively. So he deserves the title shot right now, and that's the way that Eddie Hearn is going to lean. If this fight cannot get made, the super fight between Wilder and Joshua, they're going to fight Dillian Whyte in April in front of their UK fans, because it's going to be a ticket seller over there in the UK, and that's a fight that we really don't want to see, but it's a fight that eventually is going to happen if they cannot get Deontay Wilder in the ring. So let's hope that these guys could come to an agreement and give the boxing fans the ultimate fight that we want to see. Until then, we have to watch Deontay Wilder take care of business against boring Tyson Fury, and let's hope that he's able to dispatch him very early on and take care of business, and hopefully we can have that big announcement between Anthony Joshua, the unified king of the heavyweight division, versus the WBC heavyweight champion, the Bronze Bomber, Bomb Squad, Deontay Wilder. But that's my final recap on the fight that took place. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning into this video right here. J. Calderon Boxing Talk. Please hit that little red subscribe button. It's very important that you subscribe to this YouTube channel. Also, hit that like button, hit that share button, drop a comment. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter, and also join the Facebook boxing group page, all under the same name, J. Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm J. Calderon, Stand Clean Entertainment. Thanks for your support. Keep watching, and please subscribe.